here we go. Let's take a look at easybowlingstats.com, which is the new app everybody should be already looking into. If you haven't already, head over to easybowlingstats.com. I have it in front of me right here. We've got Ed and Max here, the developers of the app. They're going to kind of run us through all of the cool shenanigans we've got going on with this. You guys have already heard me talk about this for stat keeping and all that stuff. A lot of new things being added into this site, so you're going to want to take a look at what we have to say. But first, we're going to show you how to sign up. So obviously here you can see I have an account already, but we're not going to use that one yet. We're just going to sign up for a new account. So we just fill in all the info. I'm going to use this account. I don't think I have one there yet. And then we'll put my display name as Hack. Rev rate. It's 300 sounds good. You can enter all this information in if you want. You don't necessarily have to, but you can always go back and edit it and put it in it later if you want. And then just type in the code. What we got here? RWHA. There it is. Hack Bowler.
There we go.
Is being created. All right, so now we got an account. So now where do we go? What are we doing here?
So if you scroll down a little bit, well, first of all, you can, if you're on an Android phone, you can click install and it'll install it on your phone. If you're on a PC, it'll install it on your PC.
Cool.
For Apple, they just don't allow you to do that. So for the type of app that we created, you just have to use Chrome if you're on Apple. And it works just fine in Chrome.
Perfect.
Does all the same stuff.
That's what I always use is Chrome.
So the first thing is it gives you a little getting started down here with some help. And you basically have to add a ball, an alley, a lane. We already have lane patterns in there. You can either
search a ball.
Yeah.
I got one of
these.
It's got
every ball.
All right, I got one of these. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to add that. So there we go. So it gives us all the cool details here. It tells you what it is, the cover, the core, generic hook rating. You could always set that for yourself later. And it tells you all the numbers for the bowling ball, which is kind of cool. If you don't have the ball yet, all you got to do is click purchase ball, and it'll actually take you to a separate site, which we're not going to go there right now.
And then you see ball reviews at the bottom. We're going to put in the ball reviews for each ball too. We have 2,700 plus bowling balls, so pretty much everything.
All right, yeah. So ball reviews are coming.
Ball reviews we're working on right now, and the plan is to actually go out and contact all of the different YouTubers that do ball reviews, and learning videos as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to make a whole library of everything. So you go to a ball review here, it might have 50 ball reviews in there, but you'll be able to filter how you want the ball reviews to come up.
Cool.
Like if you're a one-handed versus two-handed bowler, left-handed, right-handed, male, female, however you want to filter it, you can.
Cool. Now, so when I go to add a ball, let me get out of here first. So like all this, you guys have this being uploaded as the balls are released. All these will be new, or how's that work? Is it automatically updated?
Yep.
Cool.
Automatic.
Okay, so you don't
every time you open the app, it every once in a while the app will just refresh, just because of Android and Apple. They'll force refresh it, and when it does, it will download all the latest updates.
Cool. All right, so I clicked on that ball, so now I added that ball, so now I get to add all my stuff here. And you can put at whatever surface that you want it at. I'm just going to leave it at factory finish. And it'll tell you all the details. And this is where you can adjust your hook rating of what you think it is. And for me, it's more like a 4.5. So we're going to go there.
That's probably about right.
Yeah. And then you can see, obviously, you change the weight that you're using, and you can change the layout. So like mine has everything like right there, so you get an idea, and it uploads it and saves it there for you. Now down here's the cool new feature that Ed was telling me about, where you can select what it's actually used for in most cases. Like for me, I would say this ball is more for both. Can you click too? Yeah, so both for challenge and sport shots. more for like medium patterns on higher friction surfaces with medium or low volume, and it's better on burn or medium there. So that's where I would be selecting that ball, and then we'll save it. And so now where do I go to see that? Just back here at this little logo here, right? The bowling ball down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can see that, and I can go over here and you can see everything you just did for that bowling ball. So if I go back to here, where's that section where I can see it's in the arsenals, right?
X out.
Yeah, the arsenals. That's right. You were there.
Is that what you wanted? Okay.
Where you can see which balls are.
Yeah, so you can create different arsenals. So one of the things to explain here with the bowling balls is you can add a bowling ball to your active bowling balls. You can add one to your wish list. So if you don't own it yet and you want to purchase it later, and then you can also retire a bowling ball because you just don't use it anymore, or you're going to sell it. Maybe it's just going to sit in your closet for 2 years, but you're done with it. You can create your arsenals here. And when you create an arsenal, you can select different arsenals when you create a bowling session. So if you're bowling league and you're going to use the same 3 bowling balls on league every week, then you can create an arsenal for that. And you can just keep using that arsenal and you don't have to do any setup. Then you can play around with the arsenal feature, which is kind of cool. You can add in, let's say you're like JR and you have 500 bowling balls and you want to build an arsenal for like nationals
452.
So so for like nationals you want to set up an arsenal, and you don't really know what you're taking yet, and maybe you don't even own a couple of the bowling balls yet, so you can mix your wish list in with your active bowling balls and kind of set up an arsenal and play around with it and say, well, if I had these 2 bowling balls, this is what my arsenal would look like. It gives you a lot of flexibility. And then what JR is showing you here is the different ways that we just organize them. So you can get a quick view of kind of what you're missing. So if you want like a full PBA arsenal, then you're probably going to have around 15 to 20 bowling balls minimum. And this would be very useful for them.
Yeah, when I get back into my personal account, I'll show you guys this part, and it'll have all the bowling balls that I've had in my arsenal. It's all listed right there. So, but we're gonna show you how to set up sessions and everything else here first.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do in here, and eventually we're gonna add in an AI feature that can build an arsenal for you, and it can do it for you. Just tell it the purpose that you need it for, and it looks at all your stats and it'll figure out a good arsenal for you for whatever you're going to bowl on. And same thing if you want to or if you need to purchase some bowling balls too, it can actually build an arsenal with some wish list items in there as well. And you got to name the arsenal something, call it League Arsenal 1 or whatever. And you'll notice, I want to bring up another point. Sorry. If you go back into the arsenal, if you just click on the edit in the grid, on every page, most of the screens on the top right next to the X, there's the little, we call him EB. He's our little AI bowling ball guy. He'll give you help on the screen. And on this screen, there isn't really, that's it. It just kind of tells you how the screen works. But on some screens, there's a whole bunch of little help icons, and he'll guide you through on setting everything up. So if you ever get stuck, there's help everywhere.
Okay.
One more thing I'll note on that search ball screen, you can also filter, like let's say you're looking for ASIM solids, you could filter by core type and cover type. You can filter by RG and differential ratings. There's a lot of leeway to narrow down what balls you want.
Yeah, he's talking about the search.
Like this here. So he was saying if we go into your bowling balls and you search for bowling balls, you can filter through and you can select filters on all this stuff. So you can see you can select manufacturer, you can select the cover type that you want. the core type, asymmetric, symmetrical, and you can go into hook potential, differential, RG, all that stuff, and just hit filter, and it'll filter through all the bowling balls on the website are available in the world, basically, and it will tell you which bowling balls fit your filter. So it's kind of a cool little added bonus in there if you're looking for certain bowling balls to add. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, I see people on my leagues that use the app, and they spend half the league just searching through bowling balls. Like they just look through bowling balls. They have fun with it. So
yeah, which is cool.